We went through, and it's all throughout the course of the season as far as, I've got a lot of friends in that league still, and we talk to them all the time over the course of the season, just talking about our guys, not only Royce, but everybody on our roster. And, after this weekend, I talked to those guys a lot, and they saw what he did on the national stage. Did it against so-called number 1, number 2, number 6, number 12, number 14. And he was a dominant player in the court. And as far as skills translated to the next level, what Royce does, the spacing is so much better in that league because of where the three-point line is. You get 5 extra feet of room from spacing, and there's not a lot of people who can stay in front of this guy when he's coming down the lane. And he's a freight train coming down the court, and he showed that I think best this last weekend, and had shown it all through the course of the season. So, you try to gather as much information as possible. And, my job as a coach is to try to put all our players in a position where they're going to be successful, whatever direction life takes them. And, we talk about that a lot. And, I think these next 3 months are going to be so important as far as, you ask projections. I don't think anybody knows right now. I don't think anybody knows, unless you're Anthony Davis, of where these guys are going to go in the draft. But that's where the process starts, where teams will now start doing extensive research on background, where you go in there and you work out against certain players that may be projected around the same place as where Royce is. All that stuff comes into play, the combine, and that type of thing. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But from the initial thoughts of the people that I talk to that I trust, I made a pretty easy recommendation to him and let him make the choice. And that was the big thing. I wanted to put it in his hands to gather as much information as possible, and then to let Royce make that final decision. And my job as a coach, as a mentor, is to try to put everything out there for these guys to where they can be successful. And Royce, again, he's talking about it. He's got so many goals over the course of his life, and we kind of came to the conclusion that the best thing would be to move on to that next step in his life. And I'm confident he'll take full advantage of that. I'm confident he's going to have a very long career, and he's going to do a lot of things to help a lot of people. And that's the great thing about Royce. Well, he had a special season. There's no doubt about that. And there's just not many people that lead your team in 5 major statistical categories. And he's just so well-rounded, so versatile. Where so many people at next level draft on potential, you're getting a pretty good product here, where he does so many different things on the floor. With rebounding, assists, look at the last time somebody was second in the league in rebounding and 4th in assists. He had more assists than Tyshawn Taylor. He had more assists, than some of the guys that led some of the best teams in this league. And and I think Royce will be the first one to tell you it takes great teammates to do that, and guys being in the right spots out there. He took advantage of it. He had an excellent season, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of what our group did overall as a team to get the excitement back in Hilton Coliseum.